Hi everyone. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos, ones where I just talk about myself. What was the last one? Oh yeah, actually come to think of it, it wasn't too long ago, but it was a few hours ago when this little event I wanted to talk to you about happened, and I figured now's better than a time as any to talk about it. So, I'm pretty much done editing book 4 of my series now. It's probably going to be out in just a few more weeks. Maybe not in July, but August, I don't know. So I thought I have a free day, all my chores are done, and I just want to go out for some ice cream maybe to celebrate. So I locked my door and walked down and got some and sat by this park that's right next to the shop. It's this small park in the area right by downtown. It's very good. Like there's always someone by the paparazzi, and I'm not going to go into too much detail, but yeah, found a tree and I brought a book along with me. I enjoyed myself for a bit. And then when I finished my ice cream, I went over to this certain part near a fountain and started reading a little bit. Just wanted to get a little bit done before I walked home, and a few little kids were running around. One person was ducking into a bush, I noticed, so that I was right behind, so I stepped out of his way for him, and someone else, I think it was either his brother or his best friend, well, it has to be either one of those, or his cousin, was running after him, like they were playing tag. Right behind me were these tiny trees, about the size of, about 2 feet tall, no, 3 feet tall. Like a bush tree, trees that were pretty much like bushes. I should stop rambling on now. You get what I mean. So, I thought, I'm going away to college soon, and I wish that I could just spend one more day being him, just having no cares in the world, and enjoying being in the tree, making up the fact that there's a fire around, saying wee-oo, 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 and pretending you're the fireman. So I thought, I'll just let him have his fun and stay out of his way, so I moved a little bit. And then he asked if I like to play Pokemon Go. Well, he said, hey, and I looked up from my book, realized he was talking to me, and in utter delight I said hi and waved back. I don't know if you know this about me, but I like to talk to people, and yet I don't. I mean, I've had some very good experiences talking to people, but in the back of my head when I walk up to start a conversation, I'm worried that I'm gonna catch them at a bad time, or somehow they're just not gonna be my friends anymore, or they're just gonna say shoo off or asswipe or something. But it almost never happens. It's just, I've had experiences where it sometimes does, and I think the worst. It's just how I react. So, but then when he said hi to me, all of that was gone. I realized I could have a nice conversation with him about Pokemon. Well, he first asked if I played Pokemon. I said, since I was 5 and I first had my SpongeBob Game Boy Advance and played Fire Red on repeat all the time. So then he asked if I played Pokemon Go, and I said that I haven't yet, but I plan to. I mean, maybe I will. It's been so popular, but there are so many other things I have to do right now. Then his sister, or another girl that was playing with him, had came up and asked the same thing. I asked if I played Pokemon Go to both of them. They said no, but their mother did. So I'm getting to my point in just a bit. I tend to talk about too many details. Well, what can you say? I'm an author. And then their little sister was running along. She said hi. I said hi back. And she was leaning against this tiny fence in this little fenced-up circle around the park. It was like a tiny bunny hill-sized hill of mulch, and there were a few ponds, a few fountains, a few trees, a few rocks. I remember when I was her age, my parents said I couldn't go near it, so she asked me if I could give her a boost. I asked her, oh, you want me to pick you up and carry you over? Because it wasn't really the fence that you have in your mind. It was like only a foot tall, and there was nothing that would poke you. So I said, sure. I mean, let's be honest. If you say no to someone, then if you say no to a 4-year-old or a 3-year-old, then they're just gonna look at you with pure hatred, and they're also gonna think in the back of their head, that's because beyond that fence there must be chocolate chips, or there must be free lollipops, or I must be able to get superpowers if I go through there. So I figured, I'll let her have her fun. I mean, I'm not the boss of her. Then I realized, wait, the boss of her. I was about to pick her up, but then I thought, wait. I looked around and I saw a woman 20 feet from us, and she was watching us. I asked her, is that your mom? She said, yes. And then I said, oh, well, I should probably not pick you up because she might get the wrong message about seeing me picking you up. So she said, oh, I don't know if she got what I meant. I'm not trying to think that she's stupid, but I think she got what I meant. But then right after I said it, my mom said her name, like the girl's name. Come over here right now. Like, right now. And she gestured the same to all her other kids. They asked, why? Get over here now. Do you want to go home? Like, no, why? Just get over here. And, I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know what she thought. I mean, I was a stranger. I bent down near her and I was talking to her. She was only 20 feet away from us, so I'm sure she could hear me say, is that your mom? So I think that she got the idea that maybe I was going to try to kidnap her. Maybe I was going to punch her. Maybe I was going to pick her up and slam her on the concrete or something. But I wouldn't have done... Of course I wouldn't have done that. I don't know what I would have done in that situation. I mean, seeing a stranger next to your kid leaning down at them. I mean, I'm not a parent. I'm too young to be one, so I can't say for myself. I guess she was just trying to protect her kids, but protect them from me? I mean, that kind of hurts my feelings a little bit when I just wanted to have a fun conversation with them. And I mean, I love talking to kids. I mean, I still feel like a kid. At 17, I feel like I still love all the things all little kids love these days. So the fact that all of a sudden her mom was looking at me like I had a tattoo, or if I had a cigarette in my hand, which I didn't, then she automatically threw me away. So I mean, I'm probably making this sound very dismal, and it hurt a little bit, but I mean, it wasn't an all bad experience at the park. I mean, I went to the library to pick up some more books that I could get before I moved away, and yeah, some little kids I think were at the park were talking a bit about Pokemon Go as well. They weren't the same people, but they were asking, is that Jesse, James, and Meowth? I said, yes, Meowth, in the corner while I was waiting for my books to get scanned. Then we talked a little bit about Team Rocket and Meowth. It was a very fun time, and it made me forget about that little experience. But the thing I wanted to bring up in this video is, I was wondering, am I intimidating to some people? Do people walk around and all of a sudden they want to go to the other side of the street to avoid me? Like, I mean, and I'm a teenage boy. That's about the time where a lot of little mothers want their kids to stay away from me. But I don't want it to be like that. This isn't the first time something like that's happened. One time I was at the park by myself in a similar circumstance. A little kid was around and it seemed like he was looking for something. I called out, have you lost something? He said, no, why? In that sort of expression. And then after a few seconds of me saying I was just wondering, something seemed to zap, and then he ran away yelling, stranger, stranger. I thought, geez, are my pants down or something? Why are you scared of me? Well, I'm a stranger, but why should you be scared of me? And another funnier circumstance was when these two girls were walking by. It was a long street. I was coming towards them. They were coming towards me so that we could pass. And one girl said, excuse me. I said, huh? Me? And she said, my sister wants to talk to you about something. Oh, I said, okay, ask away. And she said, oh, no, I don't really have to. It was a joke. And she looked at me like I was a vampire or something very scary. So, I wish that I wish that for some reason people weren't as scared of me sometimes. I mean, this almost never happens. I love my town. The people are so nice. We always say hi as we pass each other, even if, yes, we're strangers. But there are just certain times where it's like book reviews. There are so many things, there are so many people that love your book, but then there are a few people who will hate it, and those people who hate it, you really pay attention to and you think about. So I just wanted to say there are times where I feel I'm judged because I'm a teenager, and maybe it's because I have a zit here or because of what I'm wearing. And parents should be cautious about people around their kids, but I don't know, sometimes it bothers me when they overdo it. So anyway, that's my video. Thanks again for watching. It feels good to do another talk about video like this.